Hey guys, welcome back, it's Meg. Today we're going to be running a 26 Tyrannical Plaguefall on my monk. You can find my stat weights in the top left, my legendary in the top right, and my trinkets and talent choices in the bottom right. I went ahead and used Fallen Order here just because we will have Crane for the Fire Lieutenant, and then when we need Fallen Order it'll be backup. We also have Revival, and we don't need that until the boss, so it's safe to use on the Lieutenant as well. About 45 seconds left on the Fire Lieutenant, so we're going to go ahead and go into this pull with Crane first, and then we'll use Fallen Order when it comes up. The biggest thing here is just making sure that you're watching out for those slime claws as they start to rage, just because they're going to start hitting a bit harder than you're expecting. It's not fortified, but the raging is still no joke. On my monk, I'm definitely comfortable with letting people use the red slime. We also have a Necrolord who is our Windwalker, so we're going to go ahead and pull this guy up top and kill him there, and then we're going to double dip with the Fleshcraft and by standing in the pool. This poll usually goes Fallen Order, GG, Fallen Order, Revival, and then if you need it again, Fallen Order should be up, otherwise you're just going to be healing it normally. But because there is actually so much healing to do here, you're going to get a lot of resets and you're going to get a lot of HPS on this fight. You just have to be very careful in making sure on the 26th that people are living that initial hit, but otherwise you should just be sailing smooth. From that Fallen Order set, I got a cooldown of 20 seconds, so when Crane is over, I will be able to roll right back into Fallen Order and not have any downtime on that. Gonna go ahead and send Fallen Order into this pack, just because we don't really need it anytime soon. The biggest things you're trying to plan around in Plaguefall is your Crane and your Revivals in here, especially for Tyrannical weeks. not really any time in between now and the boss that I would be needing Crane anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it on Oros just for the freedom of movement and for that little bit of healing for the person targeted by the dot. Here, once again, I'm going to be taking the feeding trough just because I want to be able to top myself up with mana before bosses and things really quickly, just to cut down on any of the wait time. We don't really need the movement speed for the last boss, and in fact, some people actually kill themselves with it, so I typically avoid taking that here in Plaguefall now. For Ruth, you can actually send Fallen Order here because by the time that you're going to be going into boss, it'll be up. You can also send Crane. You don't really need it on Ickus. There's not that much healing to do outside of the standing in the red puddle, which Fallen Order takes care of just fine. went ahead and let the boss jump into us as we finish off the Plague Binder and the Red Slime. Fallen Order's already running. We're also going to drop AMZ just to give me some time to stabilize and kind of get settled in for this set of healing. Gonna go ahead and just keep sending Fallen Order on these packs. There really isn't a whole lot of healing to do in Plaguefall outside of the bosses, mainly the first and the last boss, so you can kind of just put them wherever, unless you're going to do a large pull in which you're going to be dealing with Raging, and then you'd probably want Fallen Order and or Crane with that. Right here we plan to do a double pull, so I want to be able to send Fallen Order and Crane here, even Revival if I need to when they start to rage, because those shots can do a good amount of damage, especially when they're raging. I do end up losing someone here, I think, to just the snipers, but outside of that, it was a fairly clean pull. I also went ahead and popped Crane here just because we still had a couple of things living a little bit longer than I was expecting, and we have them raging as well. I don't really need it for this next boss. We don't need it until the last boss, really, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it and just play it safe. I went ahead and used Fort Brew for my first one just because Diffuse wasn't up. Normally I would Diffuse first, but the biggest things you need to do on this boss are just cycle your defensives properly, and if you don't have something, you can call for something like a DH or DK can give you AMZ, or you can get Darkness from a DH. Also, it is a Volcanic week. So what's happening here is that I'm getting knocked down low enough, even with defensives, that if a Volcanic goes off under me, it'll probably kill me. So you just have to kind of be aware and just make sure that you're not getting stuck in those. Even on Tyrannical weeks, these ads absolutely slap, so just make sure that you're not getting hit by them. Our mage had to kite out that devoted right there just because they're a little hard to grab threat on. Also be aware, when they rage, they will absolutely one-shot you. These things hit so hard, even on Tyrannical weeks. We're gonna go ahead and just kill these slimes. We're gonna be taking the red slime with us, so we're just gonna kill purple and green. Even with the Plague Rain not coming out yet, I'm going to go ahead and pop Fallen Order early just so we can take advantage of this pool, and then we'll get a little bit of value out of Fallen with the Disease Rain as well. On this, you definitely want to make sure that you are spreading your Renewing Mist properly, just because her spell queuing can be a little funny. I also didn't dispel myself here. I dispelled the mage because I have more agency over my health pots and things when I use those, instead of, you know, relying on the mage to use a health pot or to call for something. It's just easier and it's a little bit less micromanagement on my part. I got a really good reset on my first Fallen Order, so I went ahead and just used it again, and we're still going to have about 5 seconds left of it during this rain, so I'm going to be able to hold on to Crane for a little bit longer or until the next rain that we get. Gonna go ahead and send Crane here just for this next rain. We still also have Revival and Cocoon available, so we're gonna be able to dispel ourselves or someone else. I cocooned myself in this case just so I could continue and get Crane stacks. Alright, and for this rain we don't have Fallen Order or Crane, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep people up as much as I can until our 4 stacks and just Revival. Go ahead and let the Hots kind of take care of the rest while we DPS the boss the rest of the way down. And that brings us to the end of our 26 Tyrannical Plaguefall. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord, Twitter, or Twitch. I will link the FAQ and the guide down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.